Hey YouTube, it's Zia. As an FYI, I just want to say that my sound, my audio, and my visual most likely will not correspond because photo booth from on MacBook Pro and YouTube has some compatibility issues, and so it just won't work. And well, it will work, but it won't happen simultaneously together. And the reason I can't record on YouTube is because for some reason, I don't know if it's just me or if it's other people, my connection keeps going out. And it happens real random. So I just really don't feel like dealing with that. Alright, so today's video is about LeBron James and his claims that Kirk Hinrich and Taj Gibson committed non-basketball plays on him. And basically, I'm going to break down why that is false. I'm a Bulls fan, so people may think, oh, you're biased, and that means your opinion is wrong. No, it just means I'm a Bulls fan. So I was really looking forward to the game because Chicago has been in sort of a slump and has been playing inconsistently. And for the past 2.5 seasons or 2 and 3 quarters, whatever like that, the Bulls and Heat, whenever they face up, they always play each other aggressively. And they bring the best out of each other, I'll say, or the worst, and whatever like that. But even before the season started, when the Bulls were the 1 seed for the previous 2 seasons, they always played each other that way. And I hear a lot of, or some Heat fans say, yeah, everyone wants to play their best against Miami, because they want to beat the best. And well, I'm like, well, when Chicago was the best, when they were top ranked, they still played Miami the same way. It's always been that way. And some people say that, it's always like a playoff game. And, there were some other things going on, like people accusing this is a Chicago's championship game, and something else. Oh, yeah, and then, LeBron and them acting as if Chicago has ever played them any other way. Like, they always play them physical. They always play them tough. That's always been how it's gone. So, I don't see why LeBron is surprised that this happened, but it did. And so getting into why I believe that it's false to say that these 2 plays were non-basketball plays is because if you're actually watching this objectively, just as someone who enjoys basketball, who is not familiar with who's superstars and who are average players and, other stuff like that, if you're just actually just watching this game and breaking down the play that happened between Kirk and LeBron, you will understand why the play happened the way it did and why it is a basketball play. First of all, Kirk did not tackle LeBron. I have a very basic understanding of football. Like, when I say very basic, I know what a touchdown is, I know what a punt is, and maybe a few other things, but not much out of that. But from my understanding of what a tackle is, you are the one initiating that contact. Kirk was all the way, by the basket, waiting for LeBron. He was backing up a little bit. He was there before LeBron got there. And LeBron sees Kirk there. And from what Bulls players know about Kirk, we know him very well. Kirk is a tough defender. He goes after people, stuff like this. And it was clear from Kirk standing in the area he was standing that he was not going to back down. That was not an option for him. He was going to prevent this field goal from happening. And LeBron saw this. But from what LeBron does is he's used to, powering and bulldozing his way to the basket and making the bucket. That's what he does. If he sees the defender there, he's going to accelerate, and he's going to muscle his way through, and he's going to shoot the ball, or he's going to dunk it, the layup, whatever he has to do, that is what he's going to do. So this is what LeBron has done for a long time. He saw that Kirk wasn't backing down, so he's just thinking, I'm going to power my way through it. Kirk knew what LeBron was going to do. He saw it. It was clear. And LeBron lowers his shoulder, and he accelerates. It's clear that he's accelerating. The speed goes from one thing and increases to another thing. Now, the reason why it's not a tackle on Kirk's part, and it is a tackle on LeBron's part, is because Kirk is basically backing up. Like, he knows he's going to get hit, but he's backing up, and he absorbs the contact when LeBron dives in towards him, and he does dive in towards him. Is it a foul on Kirk? Yes. Is it a tackle on Kirk's part? No. It's not a tackle. And the reason it's not a non-basketball play as well, or either, is because basically what is happening, there's two main things that's going on, or three, whatever you want to decide it is when I explain. One, Kirk does not want LeBron to score. Two, Kirk is going to make sure LeBron does not score. And three, Kirk is not going to get out the way so LeBron can score. He's not going to move, he's not going to let him score, and he's going to make sure he doesn't score. But what Kirk also realizes, so those are 4 points, or you can add them together if you want, is Kirk realizes that with this fast, very strong guy moving towards him, is that if he doesn't think fast and smartly, he could get hurt. Okay, LeBron's a very tough and powerful guy. And I'll just put quotations on tough because of this crying he's doing. And Kirk is an injury-prone guy, okay? He's sat out maybe 20-something games that I can I believe he sat out like 20-something games because of injuries, okay? So, he realizes there's a potential, that there's a possibility for injury, and that he has LeBron James, who's very strong, very fast, accelerating towards him. And he can't make any other play that will really prevent him from scoring in the positions he's in. So what he basically does is wraps his arms around him. He absorbs the contact and wraps his arms around LeBron so he can not only cushion his own fall, because he's the one who fell on the ground first. LeBron didn't fall first, he fell first. And when you tackle someone, that person falls first. The tackler does not fall first unless he misses that person, or he has like a half tackle. But so he falls on the ground first, one, and two, he just prevented the shot. Because when you see someone foul someone or not fully foul them, they throw up a shot. Like, I believe the Bulls last game, someone kind of grabbed Boozer and he kind of threw up this trick shot or something, and it went in and he got the and one. And any basketball coach, any basketball player, any serious basketball fan will tell you, when you foul someone who goes in for a layup, who's going to shoot the jump shot, whatever like that, you make sure they do not make that shot. The only way LeBron was not going to make that shot was for Kirk to hug him. Okay, that is a basketball play. If you're trying to prevent someone from making a shot or from making a play, that is a basketball play. To say it's a non-basketball play is to say that it had nothing to do with basketball. And had everything to do with basketball. Or mostly, because the other reason was Kirk didn't want to get hurt. So that's why that is a basketball play. And Kirk did not tackle him. Like, people keep saying Kirk tackled him. No, he bear hugged him, but he didn't tackle him. And that is a common thing in the NBA, to see one player wrap his arms around another player, because they want to prevent the play. They want to prevent the basket from being scored and from this player getting an and one. They don't mind taking the call and making them earn the points from the line. It's the fact that they could get an and one that they want to prevent, which is understandable. Now, Taj Gibson. Alright, people keep saying that Taj Gibson had a non-basketball play going on for himself. And that is false, too. With Taj Gibson, what people aren't looking at was that there was another defender, which is Jimmy Butler. Both Taj and Jimmy were trying to prevent LeBron from scoring as well. Jimmy grabbed LeBron's torso, like, in the vicinity of that. But he didn't grab him in a way that it would be 100% preventable from him scoring. And Taj realized this. But simultaneously, while Jimmy was grabbing LeBron, Taj was jumping up at the air. So these two actions are happening at the same time. Taj, quickly thinking, realizes he should knock the ball out of LeBron's hands so LeBron doesn't do something and scores and then get the and-one. Because it's clear that it's a foul. No one's arguing that these aren't fouls. What I'm saying is they're hard fouls and that they're basketball plays. That's what I'm arguing here. But Taj did not hit LeBron in the face. He did not hit him in the neck. He hit his shoulder and he hit the ball. Those are two different things. And people keep arguing that Taj hit him in the face and the neck. No. I've seen this from a very good angle, one that shows the front of LeBron's body, and another angle that shows that Taj did not hit his face or his neck. So if these two angles clearly show a contradiction of what LeBron is claim is happening and what these fans who support LeBron's claims says are happening, then that's not happening. It's a complete contradiction. And as I said, he hit the shoulder and he hit the ball. That is not a non-basketball play. He hit the ball, he was going towards the ball. And I'm just saying, like, LeBron didn't realize that if a guy's in the air, if both of his hands is in the air and you have an arm grabbing you to your right, I think it was his right. Maybe it was his left. I don't know. But if you have an arm on your body, doesn't that tell you that the momentum kind of shifted where, you know, when Taj was going for the block and someone grabbed his body, Jimmy Butler, then it changed how the play turned out? Like, that's a basketball play. He was clearly making a play for the ball. He wasn't trying to just attack LeBron just to attack him. And so I don't understand. Like, again, when you're fouling someone, you're making sure they don't score. That's a smart basketball play. LeBron, I don't know what's going on in his head, and I do have a theory about that, but... And so LeBron does his retaliation foul, which is a flagrant, and the Bulls should have went for the line for that, which they did. Okay. LeBron probably does have dirty plays that happens to him. I believe that. But what I don't believe is that, those were dirty plays. Those were just hard plays. So he tries to, muscle Boozer. And I don't even understand that. If you want to assert your power on someone, why would you do it on Boozer? Someone who could match your strength just about. And that's what Boozer did. People are like, oh no, that wasn't a flagrant. That was a flagrant because that wasn't a foul. Like, that wasn't a basketball play. That was a retaliation play. I don't get some fans. Like, they will defend one thing and not another. And they get upset when you don't agree with them. And so he does this retaliation play, and people are like, oh no, that shouldn't have been a flagrant. Yes, it should have. There was no play for the ball. He wasn't trying to cut through a screen and get caught up. Didn't happen. And so basically, why I believe LeBron was upset is because he's not used to being played hard. He's not used to players not backing down from him. Because you notice when he goes in for that dunk, people move out the way most of the time. I think Jason Terry didn't. I didn't see that play go on, so I couldn't tell you. But he's just used to getting his way on the court, and the Bulls didn't let that happen. And I believe he was also upset about the streak ending. And people were like, oh no, it just takes pressure off them. No, they wanted to make history. Okay, they wanted to break that streak that's been intact for over 40 years. And the Bulls prevented that from happening. And I think this game really meant a lot to them, because it's the Bulls. Maybe not as much as the Celtics, but the Bulls do have a game over them. They're 2-1 this season, and the overall series between them is 8-7 in the Bulls' favor. I know a lot of people say, regular season doesn't matter, but there was rivalries between basketball teams that has nothing to do with the postseason, and they just like to, believe and know that they dominated another team, and it probably also has to do with the fact that the Bulls can beat them without their best players, and has a few times. So it just... I think it highlights that the Bulls highlight how well coached they are and that they have a better supporting cast than Miami, which they do. Like, people like to talk about, Allen and Chalmers and stuff, but Allen is the only great supporting cast member they have. Everyone else kind of benefits just from the big three being there. And so you can give me your comments and your feedback, and I'll respond to you.